If your mascara always ends up looking clumpy, spidery, or too dramatic, today I'll show you how to get soft, natural lashes that enhance your eyes without looking overdone. Now, in part one, I already talked about and reviewed the Ravie Beauty Classic Curve Mascara. I reviewed the first shade of the mascara that came out from Ravie Beauty. This is in the shade Black, and they recently came out with a new shade in Brown. I'm going to be using both of these mascaras shades on both eyes just to show you the difference between the two and how they look. They're exactly the same. I love that you can remove this mascara with warm water. There's no clumping. And the wand is nice and curved and easy application for mascara. This is the brown mascara, and then this one is the black side by side. So I'm going to be giving simple tips and tricks to apply mascara for this video. Other mascaras tend to really clump the lashes. They tend to fall really easily and they flake. But this one doesn't clump, doesn't flake, removes super easy, and with other mascaras, it's a little bit more trickier to remove the mascara. And that's why I love this mascara that much. All right, now let's talk about the products that you are going to need for the application. So of course, the mascara, of course you don't need two mascaras, but I do sometimes use two different mascaras. I'm just going to show you the two different shades and the two different techniques on both eyes using two different shades. You don't have to have this, but eyeliner, another thing you're going to need, you don't have to have this, but for this mascara application, I have one in I have one in brown and I have one in black. These are both also from Ravie Beauty. These are the Ravie Beauty Soft Definition Longwear Eyeliner in the shade Umber and Onyx. We will be using these later in the video. Next, you're going to need some powder. I just have the Makeup by Mario Surreal Skin Soft Blur Setting Powder. And a few brushes that you are going to need are, first, two eyeliner brushes. One that is very thin like this one. This one is the BK Beauty 208 brush, and then we have the Ravie Beauty eyeliner brush, which came with the eyeliners. And then we have the BK Beauty and Nikki Rose, the N22 brush. All right, let's get into the application. And then also, you're going to need a lash curler. I'm not going to be using a lash curler for both techniques, but this is a good thing to have if your lashes tend to not hold the curl very well. Mine, they kind of hold a curl, but not a lot. And you're going to need some micellar water to clean up any mascara that got on the lid, and a spoolie, like this one. So first, we're going to make sure that my lashes are very nice and clean. There's no mascara residue. There's no mascara residue. They're nice and clean. So I'm going to do the brown mascara first on this eye. In this side, we're not going to use the eyelash curler. I typically don't use an eyelash curler for every day. I only usually use the eyelash curler for like a special occasion, for a for a special occasion. So first, I'm going to take the Makeup by Mario powder and the BK Beauty Indigo Rose, the N22 brush. And I'm just going to, okay. Another thing that I do not have that I would also recommend to use for mascara application is a lash primer. I thought I had one that was attached to it was a duo of a mascara, and I don't have that anymore. That's another great thing to have for length and for longevity. But we're going to skip that step. But before that step, I would use a powder to kind of remove the oil from the lid and from the lashes as well. So I have a nice base to work with. All right, the first thing that I'm going to do is I want to kind of thicken up the lash line just a little bit. So I'm going to take the Ravie Beauty Soft Definition Longwear eyeliner in the shade Umber. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to create a very thin line, looking down into a mirror, a very thin line across the entire lash line. I'm not going to go in one swipe. I'm just going to kind of dot a little bit and really take my time. Take my BK Beauty 208 brush and this is optional, but I like to use this brush to just create a tiny wing like that. And then I'm going to take the Ravie Beauty eyeliner brush and just blend the eyeliner a bit. I'm going to use the Makeup by Mario Master Mattes, the Neutrals palette. I'm going to take, what shade? This shade right here to set the eyeliner. All right, now we can go into the actual eyeliner mascara application. So I'm going to not apply the mascara like this. I'm going to flip it over. I'm going to flip it over and I'm going to go this way where the curve is actually facing, or the inside of the curve is facing me. And that gives distributes less product on the lashes. I'm going to kind of blink on the root of the lash on the wand. And I find when you apply it with the inside of the curve facing you, you get less product on your lid. So I'm going to let that dry. And then we can go in with a spoolie to kind of soften the mascara a little bit. Oh, I'm going to need to charge my camera. Okay, I'm going to take my spoolie. I'm just going to gently kind of comb through the lashes. And then what I like to do is I actually like to apply a little bit more mascara on the outer lashes. And there you go. That is just with a brown mascara and not curling the lashes. Now let's move on to the other side where we're going to be using the black mascara and curling the lashes. I'm actually also going to be quickly charging my camera and then I'll be right back. All right, now on this side, we're going to start with the powder. So I'm going to take the powder again with the same brush, tap off the excess, and then just lightly coat. Next, what I'm going to do, I'm not going to apply eyeliner to the lash line. What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to apply it to the waterline on the top lashes, and I'm going to use the black shade from the Ravie Beauty Soft Definition Longwear eyeliner. So the base of my lashes look a lot thicker. Now what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to go in again and powder one last time before we use the lash curler. So this lash curler is probably one of my favorites. This one is from Shiseido. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to rest the lash curler on the base of my lid and then kind of pump it a little bit, and then I'm going to hold it there for about 10 seconds. It's basically going to be the same exact technique. I'm going to face the inside of the curve of the wand towards me, and then just blink into the wand and then wiggle through the lashes. All right, now I'm gonna wait for it to dry before we go in and comb through the lashes. All right, now I'm gonna take the spoolie and just kind of brush this through the lashes. For bottom lash mascara, what I actually like to do is I like to keep them a lot more softer than the top. If I'm wearing a black mascara, if I'm wearing a brown, I just do both the bottom and the top lashes in the brown. But if I'm wearing a black, when I would do the bottom lashes, I go in with a brown. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to, this time, I'm going to have the inside of the curve of the wand facing the ground, and then just go back and forth to apply the mascara to the bottom of the lashes. All right, I did get a little bit of mascara on the bottom lashes on this side. So I'm going to take a little bit of makeup remover, remove the excess makeup remover, and then just lightly remove the mascara. I would love to know in the comments if you have seen part 1, and comment down below if you have tried the Ravie Beauty mascara, because it's definitely one of the best mascaras currently. And if you are new to my channel, I would love for you to subscribe and hit the notification bell to never miss an upload. And I would also love to know in the comments, what is your favorite mascara? So I'll see you guys in the next video.